Well, this NXT pay-per-view was a very good show, very enjoyable show here. Some great matches, some very good things on this pay-per-view. And yeah, for the most part, I mean, I very much enjoyed it. A lot of great shit on here, and even though I did stop watching NXT, the past two in the regular episodes of NXT have sucked. At least the ones I've watched. I can't speak for the ones I haven't watched, but the ones I watched were mostly bullshit. Um, but the Arrival pay per view was a very good show, and this show was a great show, I thought. Um, yeah, very good, great, whatever. It was very high quality of a show. So to get the show started off, oh, and by the way, I did not like the name Takeover because it's like, when you think of the Takeover, I thought, oh, they're taking over WWE, and it didn't feel like a fucking takeover, stupid name. You heard like Triple H talking, it's like, oh, they put a video on WWE.com or the YouTube page where Triple H is talking to the roster, and he's like, oh, we're gonna take over WWE, or he said some shit like that. And it wasn't a takeover, it was just a regular pay-per-view. It felt just like Arrival pretty much. So to get the show started off, rough start here. Get Adam Rose coming in with his gang, defeating Camacho in a pretty boring match. I mean, I told you guys Adam Rose can't really wrestle. He does, just regular moves that we've seen before that don't take much skill. He did I think it's called the Bronco Buster, where he puts his balls in your face in the corner. Just not that great of moves. His finisher is like a combination of Ambrose's finisher and the RKO. Not that special of a finisher. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. The match, yeah, pretty boring match. It's only like 5 minutes, I think. And not a good way to start off the show with, I see a lot of people liking Adam Rose, especially in NXT, but I don't like him, just dances around the ring like a goof, and even during the match he keeps on dancing, and the announcers are even saying he's got to get serious. That's what I'm talking about. These people in WWE, they're just not serious. They should, you could joke around, have a joking, funny character, but when you get in the ring, you should be serious about winning, I think. You should not be fooling around, or if you are like fooling around, like be taunting your opponent, like playing mind games. All he's doing is dancing around for no fucking reason. So I don't really like the Adam Rose character, and yeah, the match was boring. Then we get the Ascension defeating some jobber Mexicans. I don't know who the fuck they are. Just two random Mexicans with masks on that I've never heard of. I guess they're like, oh, it's a new tag team. The NXT, that's one thing I hate about NXT. It has the Ascension, and there's no other tag teams. It's like, it's ridiculous. There's no other tag teams. I mean, they had a chance to get the Wolves, who are now in TNA, but they passed that up. Yeah, good job. I know Triple H was the one that fucking didn't want him either. So yeah, great job, Triple H. Yeah, great job. Now you get an NXT division that's in the shit. So, but this match was pretty good. I mean, the Mexicans had some nice moves in there. And yeah, overall the match was pretty good. And I don't really like the Ascension's character. Just two creepy guys. Not in a good way creepy. Like the Wyatt family, that's a good creepy. But these people are I think they're like, it makes me feel like they're gay. Seriously, they like go over each other, and you see what's his, Corey Graves, the big guy. He's like standing right over the little guy, Victor or something or other. I don't know his exact name, but it just looks gay. I mean, they're wearing weird outfits. It's like emo shit, and it's just weird. And again, not in a good weird way. Just like creeps me out. Like, ugh, you guys are gay almost. That's like the portrayal I get from this gimmick. Like, but the Wyatt family, that's a good creepy, Then we get Tyler Breeze defeating Sami Zayn in a great fucking match here. I mean, this had it all. There was this one spot, I don't even know if it was a fucking botch or not, where like Sami Zayn was going for this weird power bomb. He like grabbed his arms through his legs or some shit like that. And he like tried to power bomb him. I think he botched, but I don't fucking know. Then he made this great move, or I don't even know what the fuck the move. It looks cool as fuck though. Tons of cool spots in this match, in a great fucking match here. And I see people like Bo Dallas and Adam Rose on the main roster, people who are like not even close to these guys' talent. Like Sami Zayn, what a great fucking wrestler this guy is. Putting on classics with Cesaro, then putting on a classic with Tyler Breeze. This guy, put him on the fucking main roster. He's obviously got it. Got what it takes to be a main person on the roster. But yeah, great fucking match here. Awesome fucking match. Then we get Rusev, and I hate this fucking guy. And again, I don't know why the people in the crowd like him. I see a lot of people cheering for him, just coming out, just running around like a goof, a fucking 5-year-old, waving the flag. It's like, why would an adult want to do that? Run around like a kid. It's just not a grown-up character. Not a mature character. But he runs around, and that's pretty much it. He can't wrestle for shit. His character's awful. One of the worst NXT people down there. But he comes out, confronts Rusev. I'll give him credit. I don't know if this is, he's like so bad. When you see him get beat up, it's good. That was the only part I moderately enjoyed. Him getting his ass kicked by Rusev. It wasn't that bad of an ass kicking. Just a camel clutch pretty much a couple times. But overall, this did not need to be on the fucking pay-per-view. Not a good segment here. Then we get Paige coming out, cutting a promo, pretty much thanking people. Thank you, and she's like, I know this is cheesy, guys. Yeah, you're damn fucking right, it's cheesy. Coming out and saying thank you. That's like the most generic babyface move ever. I mean, could we get something other than that? And just a stupid promo here. Then Charlotte defeats Natalya. Thought this match was good, maybe even a very good match, somewhere in that range. But yeah, one of the best Divas matches I've ever seen, probably since I've been watching. And Charlotte looks like she knows what she's actually doing in there. Not somebody who just got in here like Orton because of her father, or like that fucking idiot I'm not gonna call him an idiot, but Jasper Orton, who very much seems like he got in here because of his dad and his not his dad, but his cousin Orton, and the whole Orton thing. So yeah, this match was very good. I thought, good to very good. It was nice because also a very good. I'll give it overall very good, since you had Ric Flair, and Bret Hart there. It made it sort of cool, made it seem more of a big deal. But one thing that I fucking hate is Natalya loses all the fucking time, and she's like probably top 2 or 3 of and that's being, she's probably number 2 at least of divas and wrestling ability goes, and she keeps fucking losing. I mean, you really had a catch-22 here with Natalya, because if she would have won, I would have said, really, she's in NXT now again. She's winning the title in NXT, really. But if she lost what she did, I'm like, she's not even good enough to win the NXT title now. I mean, so it was hard to get a good result here. But yeah, it was a enjoyable match here with Flair and Hart, and I guess it was pretty cool how they hugged at the end. As I said, there's places for handshakes and hugs in wrestling, and this was a good spot for it. Then we get and one other thing here, the thing that kept it from being a great match was, I thought the start was a little bit too slow. A little couple of rest holds, or slow spots in the start, and just a little bit too slow. But other than that, quality wrestling. Then we get Neville defeating Kid. This was a great match here too. Probably just a notch down from the Zayn Breeze match, but this was still a great match. Had a lot of cool spots, and they even said this on commentary. Uh, Neville and Kid are like clones; they're like identical. And yeah, great match here, and very enjoyable match. A lot of good spots from two very good wrestlers, two great wrestlers probably. I mean, Tyson Kidd is one of the most underused talents. You know, I was reading an article. They're talking about putting a mask on him and making him into a Mexican lucha, you know, style of wrestling. You know, like a Sin Cara type guy, I guess. And that could be the worst thing you could do. Put a mask on him. Make him, tell him, you know, just put him out there. Have him wrestle like he does. If you want to get a Mexican, then go and find a Mexican. Don't try to transform this guy who's been learning this type of wrestling style for a lot of years probably now and try to turn him into this Mexican lucha libre style guy. Don't do it. He's good. He's a very good wrestler. Probably one of the top talents as the wrestling ability goes. He's got a lot of great moves, and he's very, very fucking athletic. You know, I should probably be talking about him more on my channel because I think he's very good, and he has potential to be a top star. You know, I think he's almost as good of a wrestler. He might even be as good of a wrestler as Daniel Bryan. I just haven't seen enough of him really yet. But he seems like a Daniel Bryan-esque. Could be like, I think he could be a Daniel Bryan easily, you know. But he's very underutilized, and you know, the one thing that was good here, they did like a heel turn I thought with Kid, where Neville went to shake his hand and Kid gave shoulder, you know, hit him with his shoulder. So maybe a new thing for Tyson Kidd here, a new little push maybe. You know, it'll probably just be in NXT. He should be on the main roster like every week, but he's in NXT for some fucking reason. What a waste of talent here. And obviously he proved he's a very good wrestler. He just put on a great fucking match. And how are you going to reward him? Put him back in NXT. Yeah, that makes sense. He's trained in the Heart Dungeon for fucking forever, I think. You know, he's been in there, I don't know how long, but so he's trained with some, you know, what's known as like this great wrestling training. And they gotta put him in NXT. I mean, really? I mean, you got so many great guys down there that don't need to be trained anymore. They know how to fucking wrestle. You know, and they need to go to the main roster. They don't need any more training. Then you got guys at WWE like Batista who need to go down there and get training. I don't see Batista down there. They should send Batista down to NXT. I mean, he needs some fucking work. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit off topic here. But overall, very enjoyable show, awesome show. I'll give it a great rating, you know. I'll say the show was great. Just because there was a lot of good things on this show. A couple shitty things, but that was only, the shitty things only were for like 5 minutes, like a segment like with Rusev and Mojo, fucking Raleigh, you know, just acting like a goofball. But yeah, great show here. And I hope NXT keeps up these pay-per-views. I'll probably start doing NXT reviews maybe in a little bit. I don't know, I'll think about it. But I got probably a lot of time with summer coming up, so probably do some NXT reviews. No, probably not maybe every week. I don't fucking, I'll figure it out. Whatever I want to do, I'll check out the shows. And if they're shitty though, I'm not gonna watch that. I don't think if they're shitty. Cause I just don't want to sit down there and just watch for the hell of it. You know, I watch Raw for the hell of it because it's the main show. But I'm not gonna sit through this show with a bunch of NXT guys and just watch it just to make a review. Because you know, I got better things to do. So if it's good, I'll watch it. If it's not, I probably won't. But yeah, this was a great show, very enjoyable show. And look at guys, I'm positive. I see a lot of people saying I'm negative. Well, yeah, I'm saying this show was great. I'm just being honest. I say the truth. I speak my opinion. You know, I don't lie. And if I think something's shitty, I'm going to say it's shitty. If I think it's great, I'll say it's great. I thought this was great. So there you go. There's some positive shit. And yeah, some great wrestling on this show. So there you go, people.